Hello again, Creative Industries. We're going to have a look at Unit 1, Outcome 1. This is your introduction. For Task 1 of Outcome 1, you've got to choose 4 of the 13 different sectors to research. And for each sector, you must briefly describe what the sector is and what it offers. You should identify any legal parameters that might affect the sector. Identify any health and safety laws that might affect the sector, and describe 2 agencies or organisations that assist your chosen sector. Once you've completed this, you should present your findings, and you can present your findings in a PowerPoint or as a leaflet, poster, an illustrated diary, a comic book, a written account, or any other valid method of presentation. It's totally up to yourself. Let's have a look at these research questions more in depth then. So briefly describe the sector and what it does. Name the sector, so say you were choosing fashion design. The sector would be fashion design, and then you should look at any legal parameters. So I'm just going to skip ahead a second. Legal parameters are listed here for you. You can have a wee read through these and choose from them. You'll also see that there are websites so that you can go and look some information up for yourself. Copyright, for instance, is something that applies to almost everything. It prevents anybody from reproducing work. So for instance, if Alexander McQueen was to come up with a new style of jacket, the high street shops couldn't directly copy it and just rip it off. Copyright law prevents them from doing that. So you should try and apply the legal parameter that you think fits the sector that you're talking about. You're then going to identify health and safety laws that might affect that sector. And again, some of this is common sense, and the laws are listed later in this PowerPoint for you as I'm demonstrating. So here are some of the laws that will affect most of the sectors. Health and Safety at Work Act, that applies to every single workplace in the UK. Management of health and safety of work. Manual handling, display screen equipment. That one is probably more relevant to computer-based industries. Control of substances hazardous to health. That's things like textiles or any industry that works with chemicals or dyeing processes. Personal protective equipment, so that's any industry such as joinery, which is within the creative industries, that requires a person to wear protective clothing. So again, you just answer that question with the ones that you think are correct, and you should do some research to back that up. Then going to pick 2 agencies that assist your chosen sector. An example of an agency that assists fashion design would be Primark. Primark is a low-cost, high-street fashion store that sells seasonal fashion to consumers all over the world. A second agency example would be Chanel. Chanel is a high-end fashion house responsible for setting trends across the world. You'll describe the purpose of each of these sectors, what they do, and how they assist that sector. And importantly, you have to list any research sources that you have used. You're going to do this 4 times for 13 sectors, and you choose the sectors that you want to answer questions about. In the file section, you'll also find examples of previous pupil work to help you, and this will help you with layout of your presentations. This brings us to the end of the presentation. If you have any questions, please place them in the questions channel and I'll answer them as soon as possible.